Hey, how's it going? This is PK, Pastor Kevin, coming at you on December 25th, Christmas Day. I'm just here to say thank you and Merry Christmas to all my subscribers and those who watch my videos. I appreciate you so much. You're awesome. I want to talk for a moment about Saint Nicholas. Too often, we as Christians get tired in December of hearing so much about Santa, Rudolph, Frosty, and all that because we want the focus to be on the reason for the season, Jesus and his birth. But the real St. Nicholas was a true Christian and defender of the Christian faith. Of course, Santa Claus is based upon the real person, St. Nicholas, who was actually Bishop Nicholas before he was canonized as Saint Nicholas. He lived in the 3rd century. When he was young, his parents died and left him a small fortune. At a young age, because of his Christian maturity, he became appointed and ordained as bishop in Myra, which is now Turkey in the Middle East. Bishop Nicholas, the actual Saint Nick, he was a lover of Jesus, a strong Christian man, and somebody who loved to help people. In his church, his parish, he had a father who had 3 grown daughters that wanted to get married. But they needed dowries back then, and they had no money for dowries. And so Bishop Nicholas wanted to help him, wanted to give him some money. The man would not accept. He was very proud. He would not accept charity. So Bishop Nicholas was determined to help this man out of poverty. So Bishop Nicholas went out at night, and in the cloak of darkness, Bishop Nicholas threw 3 bags of gold down the man's chimney. Legend has it that at least one of those bags of gold fell into a stocking that was hung on the chimney. And that's where we get the tradition of hanging stockings on our chimney and filling the stockings with treats and presents. Well, the next morning, the father and daughters woke up and they were surprised to see bags of gold in their home. Later on, the father found out who it was that was their secret gift giver. It was none other than their own bishop, Nicholas. But Nicholas made the father swear that he wouldn't tell anybody that he gave in secret. And Bishop Nicholas continued to give to the poor and needy in secret. And that's where the tradition of Secret Santa comes from, the secret gift giver. Bishop Nicholas was also instrumental in the creation of what is called the Nicene Creed. Nicholas was a part of the Council of Nicaea, and they crafted what is called the Nicene Creed to faithfully articulate the traditional historic Christian faith. After Nicholas's death, people wanted to continue his habit and tradition of giving gifts in secret. So Christians would give people food or gifts in secret, and when the recipient would say, "Wow, where did this come from?" people would say, "I don't know, it must have been Nicholas." After many years, the official church canonized Bishop Nicholas into Saint Nicholas. And the name Santa Claus is simply a variation of Saint Nicholas. See, Saint Nicholas, Saint Nick Claus, Santa Claus. That's where it comes from. So there is some substance behind Santa Claus, and it is the actual St. Nicholas who loved Jesus, loved his church, and loved helping people in secret. So think about that. If you're a mom or dad whose child is starting to say things like, "Is Santa real? Is he real, really? You can say to your child, well, there actually was a Saint Nick, and he gave gifts in secret. He even put gifts into a stocking. Now, he died, and he's not in the North Pole, he's in heaven, because for us believers, Christians, the children of God, we don't cease to exist. We're still alive in heaven. So that's how my wife and I explained Santa to our kids when they began to say, is there really a Santa Claus? Is he really real? We say, well, he is real. He's alive in heaven, and there was an actual Saint Nick. There is no actual Frosty or Rudolph, but there actually is a Saint Nick. He's in heaven, and he gave at least us Christians the example of secret gift giving. So think about that. Saint Nicholas, gift giving. Make sure that this Christmas season you are giving gifts to people, that you're extending yourself, that you're opening your heart to God, opening your heart to love, and receiving wonderful things, hopefully getting good gifts, but also giving as well. And whenever you give to a ministry or a charity or some benevolence ministry, perhaps in your church, you are in your own way continuing the tradition of St. Nicholas giving to help people. So I just want to share a little story on Christmas Day about something of substance behind Santa. St. Nicholas was an actual person, and he lived out his life in a way that followed the example of Jesus. Because it was Jesus in the Bible who said, when you give, don't let your left hand know what the right hand is doing. In other words, even Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount in the Gospel of Matthew encouraged us to give not in a showy way, not in a pretentious way, but to give to others without being seen. So the actual St. Nicholas was inspired by the words of Jesus when he said, give your gifts in secret. And the Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you openly. So there are rewards for giving discreetly. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, as always, like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you again next week right here on this channel. Until then, once again, thank you for being here and Merry Christmas.